Fox hosts love to come after mainstream media, right? Oh, mainstream media, they're liberal. They work for the Democrats. You can't trust them. They've got a bias. It's a big tech, big media, woke corporations. We're the only ones to tell the truth. Now, Fox News, again, claims to be independent from that. Not like those mainstream media sources like CNN and MSNBC. No. We're free from bias. We're only giving you the truth. We're fair and balanced. Except that, no, that they're not. According to internal emails obtained by Dominion Voting Systems and cited by their lawyers in the defamation case, Fox News is anything but independent. In fact, in November of 2020, Fox News chairman Rupert Murdoch had emailed CEO Suzanne Scott to say that then President Donald Trump was not going to prevail in his election. Ooh, scandal. No, we already knew. It's a statement of fact. And that the network should instead of boosting Donald Trump's election conspiracy theories, they would focus on boosting Republican Senate candidates in Georgia. In a November 16th email, Murdoch said the voter fraud claims pushed by Rudy Giuliani should be, quote, taken with a grain of salt. Trump will eventually concede, and we should concentrate on Georgia, helping any way we can. We don't want to antagonize Trump further, but Giuliani taken with a large grain of salt. Everything is at stake here. That was Rudy Giuliani responding to that. No. Okay. So now, remember, Republicans at the time needed to win just one of those races to maintain control of the Senate. So they were going all in. They were not successful. John Ossoff defeated unseated Senator David Perdue, and Raphael Warnock ousted Senator Kelly Loeffler. So those were the runoffs, by the way. So that said, we've got to do everything we can to help Republicans win. Well, that doesn't sound very fair and balanced to you, does it? No, of course not. Now, look, here's the thing. The revelation, it's not really even a revelation. It's kind of like, duh. Yeah, we all know that they have a bias, right? The problem that I have with this is not the fact that they have a bias towards Republicans. You can be as biased towards Republicans as you want. Of course. All media, by the way, has a bias. CNN has a bias. MSNBC has a bias. Fox News has a bias. Now, look, if anybody tells you that they don't have a preference or any sort of bias, we are completely 100% neutral. We have no core values at all. No, they're not being honest with you. Yeah, of course. Everyone has a bias. I have a bias. I have a bias towards progressives. I'm honest about it. I'll boost progressive candidates. But by the way, I'll also criticize progressives. I'll criticize Democrats, criticize Republicans, criticize everybody. I don't care. I will criticize. Now, the difference here is, unlike Fox News, I'm actually honest about it, having my bias. Yes, I have a preference. That said, having a preference is fine. It's okay. We're allowed to have a preference. We're allowed to do that. Again, as long as we're honest about it. And the most important thing is as long as you stick to the facts. I believe in facts. I want to get things right. I want to give you the facts. Not like, the Democrats say this, Republicans say that. You decide. And that's, by the way, speaking of the bias in the mainstream media doesn't have a bias towards left or liberals. No, they have a bias towards, corporations, the establishment. That's what it is. And so, yes, they will do things and say things, run segments that are pro-corporate. And they'll take the side of corporations. That's it. And sometimes a lot, that'll be on the right wing when it comes to, for example, economics, because economically, the establishment is conservative, which means pro-corporate, which means tax cuts for the rich, deregulation, etc. That's just the way it is. Now, social issues, of course, you'll see that's something that's different. Whereas, that's not really, corporations don't really care as much if you're on the side of, in fact, they're kind of now on the side of social issues that are progressive. They're becoming more diverse and they're doing all this stuff. And so, okay, That said, they do have that bias, and it is an establishment corporate bias. So now, facts are important, though. Facts are the most important thing when you're trying to deliver the news. And yes, sometimes I might get some of the facts wrong, and I'm perfectly honest about that as well. But I do my best to try to present reality to you and to be objective. Now, you compare that and contrast that to Fox News and other media, and by the way, sometimes even alleged leftist media. They might not be objective. And so you have to be concerned about that. You have to look out for that, and you have to understand who is being objective, who is giving you the facts, and who isn't. And I know that can be sometimes super tough to do. But like I said before, Fox News knows what side they're on. They are on the side of the Republican establishment, and they're very, at least internally, honest about it, but not so honest when it comes to telling their viewership.